think we're live. We're not starting until 10:30. I just figured I put the countdown up. I feel like every other show has a countdown, so I added a countdown. I guess that's what you're supposed to do, is add a countdown. So, whatever. What's up? How did everyone do last night? Freaking Bucks, man. It would have been a great... I mean, I still won a few dollars, but it would have been a great night if it wasn't for the stupid-ass Bucks. No, Toast, you're not late, bro. It doesn't start for 20 minutes. Every other show has a countdown, and it makes sense. So people, because we start our shit quick. So, like, I don't do an intro. I'm like, what's up, everyone? How was your night? All right, first game. So if we do it this way, at least people can see exactly when we're starting and get settled, because we have a lot of games to go through. Yeah, D. Russell, man. D'Angelo Russell shows up. Steph Curry last night. He was like 10 of 13 from 3. Single-handedly killed my Bucks bet there. Yeah, I know, Toast. I wasn't expecting you guys to hop on, but I was ready, so I figured I'd start it. And Austin, so you mean the pie charts in the bottom left? I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Those are an average. We take them from 4 different sites and average them, because that data should be taken with a grain of salt. A lot of people don't even like it, and I understand why. I mean, each of those websites that gives that data, they have partnerships with different sports books, so they're getting their data from all different places. So it's really just an estimation. It's an average of I don't. There's 4 different sites, but you can get that data on a lot of different places. They have it on Action Network, Sports Betting Dime, BetStamp has it. There's a ton of websites that offer that. So mine is just an average. It's just like a consensus, kind of like an estimation, just to give you an idea if like one side happens to be extremely public. Nah, I mean, don't worry about I appreciate it, SS, saying he wants to tip. Don't worry about that. But just appreciate you taking the time to watch is cool with me. Wow, all 3, Scoop, Andy, and Toast are all up in the chat. Do you guys want me to send you the invite? I mean, we're not starting for 19 minutes, so chill. You guys don't have to rush in here. Yeah, for sure. It's been a good couple months. We're growing fast, man. We're going to bring on another person over the summer. And then hopefully this time next year, I'll be able to cover every single NBA game and put videos out. Because right now, I still have to cut it off sometimes. If it's a back-to-back, sometimes I skip it and save it for the live show. Hopefully in the future, I won't have to. From New Zealand. What's up, man? Never been. Someone said Toasty token a fat one before the show. Yo, it's 6 a.m. in Alaska. So, I mean, maybe, but it is early as hell out there. All right, here, I'll send it. Scoop says I'll hang out. All right, hold on. College basketball picks. Basketball 1. All right, let's send this invite over to Scoop, Andy, and Toast. And yo, you guys, if you're watching this, you don't got to rush in here. I was just doing this to hang out with everyone until we're ready. You guys chill if you don't take your time. Toast probably woke up 9 minutes ago. All right, invite sent to you guys. Appreciate it. TWE says St. John's -20 is free. I mean, I have that game. We actually have that game loaded up, see? We got that second on deck is the same. Oh, no, I spoiled my countdown. All right, hold on. What we got? 17 minutes. Let's go with something like there. 16 minutes now. There you go. Like, as you can see, the countdown's a rough estimation. No, Dwight, we're not starting early. It was just to get give everyone a chance to get settled. You guys want me to put you in the stream now? You ready? I figured out that should be working. You should be able to hear Toast. No, I'm putting you guys both in there. Actually, Scoop, you're blocked off by the countdown. Let me.
Probably looks better that way anyway.
Definitely looks better that way. Where's my St. John's jersey? Get that in there.
You really put up a St. John's jersey, bro?
Yeah, I bought it at the game earlier this year. They're going dancing.
Well, they're laying 20 points today.
Yeah, I'm taking it too. I already took it.
Good morning. Good morning. I appreciate it. Kyle's Millers made me a bunch of money from Bahamas. Hopefully we stay. This is the best NBA season of my career since I started tracking it professionally like that. I've never been. I mean, we had another winning night last night. Even when things didn't go our way in the Bucks game, still had a winning night. Up about 40.5 units now.
Whoever is on Kyle's site,
appreciate it, Rick.
As a VIP, we are up already a unit and a half for soccer this morning.
Damn, good shit.
Yeah.
Did you get my my email?
What your
with my graphic?
Your parlay, yes. And Andy
I decided to make it so that nobody had to talk about my secret parlay. It's all Pac-12 teams. Didn't even realize it. I looked at it. I was like, oh, shit. These are all Pac-12 games.
Yes, I do have Andy's private parlay that he usually doesn't share. He made a graphic for it, so I have
I didn't get to spend much time on it. I'll make it look better.
Are we talking about any of these? We're talking about Oregon, Utah.
Yeah, that's the only one we're talking about.
So that's when we'll bring it up when we get to that one.
Toast just talking third person.
Toast isn't even on the stream yet, says Toast. No, there's an imposter Toast, though. There's somebody who made their name on Gmail, Toasty, that comments. So that might not be him. I think it is him.
Who's making imposter Toast, though?
Yeah, right. Someone said flames, man. Yeah, that's just look no farther than Scoop for that one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Out of nowhere.
Oh, God.
We got 20. We're going through. I got graphics for 20 games lined up today, so we got a lot. And that being said, one of them is that conference championship.
Little Rock.
The Little Rock game. We got the Little Rock game. That's towards the end, though.
They helped help me out last night.
No, someone asked if I had the generator running. No, I did order that thing, though. It should be here, I think, today or tomorrow. So once I get that thing hooked up, that should never happen again. We'll see.
Yo, Mönchengladbach just tied it up 1-1.
Who?
Mönchengladbach.
Mönchengladbach.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the soccer names, I'll tell you, it is.
I'll tell you. Some of the soccer, I'll tell you.
It's Young Boys is one of the names.
Someone said UPC. I don't know if it was a UPC. One of the guys in the Discord, Night Owl, he does IT. So he sent me a link of what I should buy. So I just took his advice. I honestly forget the name of it. No, it wasn't UPS, I don't think. You know what? It might have been. I forget. He's been in the VIP for a while. I know him, and he's given me good advice before. So when he sent the link, I was like, sure, I trust you, and just hit add to cart, buy.
Yeah.
Toast, I can hear myself echoing in your mic.
Do you know how I know Toast is here? I heard a fucking crack of the monster, and that's how I knew he was here.
All right, let's bring Toast. You ready to be? Are you ready to be brought into the stream, Toast? All right.
After the show.
All right.
Oh yeah, you got the new. That's a new one. It's good.
Yeah, it feels great. Looks good.
I mean, yeah, your voice sounds all right now. But yesterday was when you started talking loud. That's when it started peaking. So we'll see.
And that's what's going to happen. I can't talk calmly when I'm talking about these games.
We know.
I'm so excited.
We got 11 minutes. I should probably take a piss before we get started.
How about them Boise State Broncos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! I done keep telling you boys, them boys are for real.
He said, "Are you ready to join the stream, Toast?" Well, I asked him that because I didn't want to throw him live on YouTube for him to be like, I don't know, who knows.
And the reason that I wrote that is because somebody on the thing wrote, "Toast is lit as fuck." I wasn't even on the screen yet.
They're just assuming.
This is true.
10 minutes and 50 seconds. Oh, it looks like my countdown's a little fast. Let's slow down. There we go. There we go. That should be about perfect now. There's probably a way to make a countdown exactly too, but I literally just made my own custom countdown in Adobe Premiere because I didn't know how to do it. So the poll I ran was true or false. Houston gets upset today. 65% of you said false so far, but people are still flooding in. Toast is fading his own beloved Houston, I heard. I didn't hear Toast say it, but someone said it in the Discord. I saw a message. Toast fading Houston with a bunch of question marks.
Facts.
Wow, good pick.
Super facts.
Kansas is the move today.
I've been up for 5 minutes. What's the number now? 4?
When I looked before, it was 7.
It was 8.5. It was 8.5 when I did the pick graphics. So.
I think it's 7.5. Hold on.
It's 7.5 now.
Yeah, it's 7.
Oh, it's back up to 8. Okay, I put 8 on VIP on Caesars.
Someone asked how you join the Discord. You just go to KyleKirms.com. Like right when you get there, there's a join the Discord thing on there, but you have to sign up to the VIP first. If you click the link, if you join the Discord before signing up to the VIP, you'll get stuck on the welcome screen because you have to verify your email in the Discord to get like access to. Yeah, a bunch of people had asked recently. The website is, because we've added more stuff. I need to make like a video and put it on the homepage of like how to use this website, because in the beginning it was so simple. It was like sign up, here are the picks. But now there's the Discord, there's the members page, so there's like a lot going on. So people actually, when they ask how to use the site, it's like actually a legitimate question now because it is a little involved. All right, I'm gonna take a quick piss before we get started.
Does anyone in the chat follow the soccer picks on the VIP? If so, we're awesome right now.
Somebody asked if we addressed the Flames getting beat by 29. I had, Bradley. I didn't think it'd be that ugly. It was like a 4-point game at half.
It was a 2-point game at half.
Yeah, so they're one of the worst second half teams in the country. So they said that at halftime, and they proved it pretty well. They lost by like 25 at the second half or 30 or whatever. So yeah, they got beaten up. Not surprising, the top 4 teams in the Missouri Valley are in the semifinals. So
I just don't get this.
The High Point game. The Big South is weird to me because in my head, I think High Point should run through everybody. But with the way they played early yesterday, they can't do that again. Like, they got lucky that Radford just fell off a cliff. A lot of teams in the Big South won't do that. So High Point can't start their game like that again. I don't think they will. They might have just come out rusty, but they should be fine today.
Yeah, Dustin, Crystal Palace scored already, so I think that's definitely going to go over 2.5.
No, you got it.
No, I was saying Crystal Palace is the one I was worried about scoring, so I think Luton can score twice at least.
The one we're probably not going to talk about today is the CAA. Well, we're not talking about it today. We're probably going to talk about it tomorrow. The CAA, Coastal. I like Campbell today to cover. I don't like them to win, but cover against Monmouth.
Camels.
Did I just put the headphones on to hear you guys talk about Campbell Monmouth?
Yes,
Yeah.
I brought it up because we're not going to be doing it, so I thought I'd get ahead of it. Because we always have people commenting random games. That's my favorite that we're not doing. Campbell to cover against Monmouth. I can't bet it, but like when I read through it, I like Campbell to cover.
Yeah, I like Monmouth. I got Monmouth in a parlay with Fordham, just so you guys know.
Okay.
So screw Andy.
I wanted to bet Fordham, but I've bet Fordham a few times this year and they let me down, so I've just kind of stayed away from that game.
I'm really pissed off this sweep mic doesn't work. Not gonna lie.
It's on.
I know, but every time I go to switch it on, it just literally does nothing. It doesn't make any sense.
In the OBS screen, there's got to be a thing here that says like that you tell.
Like I can see my microphone. I can click that setting.
If you hit the settings button, it doesn't say audio sources for you?
Yeah, that's where you need to find. I don't know where that is. My screen's different than you guys.
Oh, now he's not even.
Now he's muted.
Also, I don't have a call.
Yeah,
mic.
I can
actually
see
have a
the
microphone.
audio thing. I can just, if I click anything else besides webcam, that's the only thing it works. I can see that it says click. I can click the FIFA phone or whatever it is microphone. But
No. Where Andy said, go to that, and when you click the microphone, your volume might be all the way down on the thing. So we can't hear you maybe because you have the thing turned all the way down.
Check. Oh,
Yeah, there we go. We can
you
hear
had me turn it down before.
you turned
Sorry,
it
Dad.
Not all the way.
I didn't mean all the way down.
Sorry, Dad.
All right, so your mic's working fine.
All
I'm
right.
such an
There you
idiot.
go.
I'm so stupid.
It's like the time that I was talking and my mic was unplugged. That's
so
next level.
Yeah, that is. Mine's.
I
actually
feel
a little
so
bit-
dumb though. Like I can feel so good about myself if I talk to Kyle about anything. And as soon as you start talking about computers, I'm like, God damn it, I am so dumb.
How is viewers? How are our voice? I feel like, according to the levels, it looks like my voice might be louder than everyone else's.
I'm gonna turn this bitch on.
You guys will talk louder than everybody else, I think.
Viewers, how are our voice? I feel like I hear my
Yours
voice.
just sounds good.
Like my voice might be louder than everyone else's. I'm gonna turn this bitch.
Oh yeah, mine sounds fantastic.
Coming in,
Andy,
Chris.
you sound fantastic.
I hear my voice. Just sounds good.
Scoop, say something, you weirdo.
Hello, how's it going?
Fantastic. You sound fantastic. I hear my voice. Just sounds good. Scoop, say something, you weirdo. Hello, how's it going?
Oh yeah, we're all good on those volumes.
Someone says everyone sounds great besides Scoop, but that's not a microphone problem. How about one more? How about one last piece of Nicorette gum before we get started? This video is brought to you by Nicorette. No, it's not. But Nicorette, if you're watching, my email's
Somebody's
open.
Are all these games neutral site? I think the Coastal's all in DC. If I'm not mistaken.
Everybody thinks that I'm the one that did the flames thing. Everybody's like, that was cringe, Toast.
That was Scoop.
Flames.
Unbelievable, Toast.
Who is UIC? The Flames.
Oh.
No. University of Illinois Chicago. They're dead now, so.
They are dead.
So
Yeah,
was
I got
so was the $200 I put on them. Thanks, Scoop.
Yeah,
Did you
nice,
see
nice Pepperdine pick? That was good.
Did you see the player for Pepperdine? Literally, like in the handshake line, it was announced he's transferring. Like on Twitter, as soon as
Yeah,
the game ended.
Joe Tippin was like the guy. I saw the quote tweets on
Yeah.
that were so funny because like he was like, Joe, as soon as the clock hits 0, I need you to post this now.
Yeah, he's very good, so he'll be on probably a major team next year.
Someone said, when did the show start? It starts in 3.5 minutes. We're having a waiting room.
This is better than sitting there watching TikToks. I'll say that.
Well, I noticed that all like big time YouTube live streams do this, and it makes sense to get everyone like
Yeah.
in there and settled. And we, especially with our shit, because we rapid fire. We're like, what's up, everyone? How was your Friday? Okay, first game. Like, we're right into it. We don't really do like a. So if there's any show that needs to do it, it's probably ours.
Southampton goal.
Southampton, is that on your ticket?
Dude, this ticket's good right now, man.
It's a yes or no question.
Yes, I'm not a Southampton fan, so it is on the ticket.
Is Southampton on your ticket, Scoop? My ticket
is on
This
my
ticket's
ticket.
good.
It's a good ticket. I might go 5-0 to start.
Damn, good shit. You actually have some people tailing your soccer picks now too.
Yeah, he's been hot.
It's like I never thought I'd live in the world where Scoop is respected, but
I know.
Well, let's be serious. It started way on the floor, so we're just
It was a
getting
big
up on
build-up.
Yeah, there was the only way to go was up. Someone just said jinxed it. Did Southampton just give up a goal?
I just want to say you guys are lucky because if I would have lost on VIP yesterday and I saw either one of you two post a single winning bet, I would have flown to fucking New Jersey.
Me and Andy both said we love San Diego.
Yeah, that one you
and that was dead wrong. I wasn't going to add that on there.
But they won.
But they won
Yeah,
the game
you got
outright.
lucky.
Yeah, it was a
You got
lucky.
lucky.
It was a
Lucky
lucky
they were
win.
winning the whole
It was
game.
lucky.
It was a lucky win.
Pepperdine blows.
The win, I will say this: they won the game on a lucky shot, but they were winning the whole time. So like
It
they
was
won that
lucky.
game.
Someone said, where are the soccer picks, Scoop? He posts them on the website, KyleKirms.com. That's where Andy's going to start posting on there. Hopefully we can get Prop Beaver to start posting on there. I've been telling him, yo, post on the site. People want to see it. And he goes, he doesn't feel that. He's like, I need more experience. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, people like what you have to say. It doesn't, just because you're posting on the site doesn't mean like these are absolute locks. People want to see what you're betting, man, because they.
I personally can't.
Not to mention, if I go cold or whatever, which happens all the time, like people want to follow somebody else. Like,
Yeah,
it's just how the world works nowadays.
We're gonna start implementing more of that where everyone posts on there. But yeah, that's also one of Prop Beaver's good qualities, though, is he like really takes it seriously when he's having a bad when it gets to him, and I like that about him.
Yeah, if he's not prepared, he'll be like,
Yeah,
he'll quit. He'll be a quitter if he's unprepared because he knows he doesn't want to sound like an idiot. And I'll give him credit.
It's
There's a lot of
probably a
people who kinda,
positive
like,
quality.
Try to push through. Yeah, there's a lot of people who try to like fake it. He won't fake it.
All right, so we are starting in a few seconds here. As soon as this clock strikes 10:30, 500 people in here already. Awesome. Thank you for everyone for joining.
Is Tua a weirdo? That's the real question. Is Tua a weirdo?
I got to change that intro, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I think my lighting's pretty good today, actually, Doug.
Dude, the sun's out. It better be.
No, it's not.
10:30. All right, let's end the poll. Let's get it started. 20 games to get through. First up, Memphis on the road at FAU. A couple YouTube comments hated my pick in this one, and it looks like the line movement might hate it also because it moved from 6.5 to 7. I like Memphis here. Haven't bet it. I'm not going to be. I'm not changing sides. I'm sticking with Memphis. The question is whether or not I actually place the bet. Depends on what these guys are about to say. So I'm putting Memphis up for me. Andy?
Yeah, I'm 100%. Wow. I'm 100% with you. I think Memphis is going to cover this number. I think they might win the game outright. They're going to get whatever they want at the rim today. They're going to out-rebound. I think this will be a really good game for Memphis here. I don't think Florida Atlantic needs it as much. Memphis is pretty desperate at this point. So I was 100% with you yesterday when I was writing the video, and I'm with you today. I think the line movement against it doesn't scare me for a second.
So FAU's position in their tournament is pretty locked in, and Memphis needs this one more. I'd also like – I mean, I was asking you that. I wasn't saying yeah. But I also like just if you just isolate the last 5 games, last 10 games, Memphis has probably been maybe about even, but Memphis has finally turned their season around. So +7, I want to be on Memphis. Toast, are you on Florida Atlantic here?
No, I don't understand this. I guess I don't understand why everybody's betting Florida Atlantic. They've had trouble. I'm on Memphis. I'll take the 7.5. It's been creeping up, so I haven't bet it yet. But there's 7.5 popping up, so I'm probably gonna get down on one of those after the show. But Memphis is sitting in like a 3-way tie in the American with SMU, Memphis, UAB. They're all 11-6. So Memphis has definitely plenty to play for. FAU sitting up at second. I don't think that's going to matter. I think if Charlotte were to win and they were to lose, but this Memphis team has been absolutely fantastic. I understand that they've had some lulls, and after that SMU game, though, they've rattled off 4 straight wins. I'll give you 3 of them at home, but East Carolina, they went on the road and won by almost 30. I think it was 22, but the point still remains they did well on the road. And then coming off that UAB win where they looked kind of dead in the water in the first, and then they absolutely came back and throttled that team in the second half. So it's just really hard for me not to pick Memphis with so much to play for right now. So 7.5, I'll gladly take it.
So all 3 of us on Memphis. Poll is polling towards Memphis. Scoop, you are last up. Are we sweeping?
Yeah, we're sweeping. 2 fraudulent programs to start us off. This is nice. Yeah, I mean, Memphis is playing for everything here. I think FAU's already locked into the tournament. Both teams are incredibly inconsistent. Maybe Memphis is a bit more. They go from scoring 100 to 60 back to 100. But right now they have a 4-game winning streak, including a win against FAU already. I know that was at home, and I get FAU's dominant at home, but there's still flaws in their game, especially on the defensive side. They're still letting teams back in games, and with Memphis, that could be trouble. They have the offense to compete with any team. Their tempo forces other teams to have great offensive possessions. Florida Atlantic doesn't have the defense that'll keep Memphis off the board. Memphis can also crash offensive boards at a high rate, getting a ton of second chances. FAU is pretty good. I mean, they'll get their looks too, but like I said, they keep teams in games. They have 2 quad 4 losses. They're definitely beatable, so I will take the points.
All 4 of us on Memphis, and 66% to 24% polling towards Memphis. I don't like that because the line movement's going the other way. So I'm not going to break out the phone and place the bet on this one. A little too many of us on Memphis here with the line movement the other way. I don't like it. Next game. Georgetown on the road at St. John's. we got a 20-point spread lined up. Let's get the poll running. Someone said in the chat that St. John's, I believe it was TWD, said St. John's minus 20 is free.
I don't know about free.
He talks like that. So, Scoop, would you lay 20 points with the Johnnies?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I tried. I bet Georgetown to cover last game. It was close, but they still didn't cover it by 3 or something. I'm not doing it. St. John's is still fighting for their postseason bid. Plus, they have to wreck these 2 games, the next 2, Georgetown, then DePaul. That's a nice end of the season. Yeah, there's nothing more that can be said that people don't already know here. Georgetown's an awful team. Rick Pitino's not going to lose to this team. I think they're going to blow them out. Georgetown is honestly so bad, probably the second worst power school other than DePaul. They should get relegated, kind of like soccer. Yeah, put them in the Sun Belt in a while until they get their shit together. Really, though, St. John should dominate the inside. Georgetown's such a bad defense, even worse on the interior. They can't defend in transition, so I will lay the 20 here.
Doug Lane asks, what's the record when all 4 of us sweep? I don't have the exact one, but we swept that one day. All games we swept went 6-0 that one day, but then the one after that, we went 1-3 in the 4 games we swept. So I don't have that in front of me, but we're above 500. But the last time we had 4 sweeps and went 1-3. Oh man, I feel like someone like B-rabbited me here. Said not Kyle again, forcing Georgetown. Now I don't want to put my pick up.
Because you're sick in the head if you put Georgetown post 20 under your face.
20 points.
Yeah,
Andy, you're down to take the 20, right?
Yeah, I'm on St. John's, dude.
Come on.
I think they're going to bludgeon them.
Kyle, I don't know what your thing is with Georgetown basketball.
It's 20 points. 20.
Dude, the way that St. John's is playing right now after that Seton Hall game.
Oh my God, it's 2 games.
Dude, it's been 4 games. Now they went on the road to Georgetown. It was a close game, whatever. That was on the road. This is MSG where they blew out Creighton. They then went to Butler and blew them out. And now they're playing Georgetown, a team that's mailed it in. St. John's, technically still wants to improve their Big East standing so that they can play DePaul, because if they move up 1 spot, they need Villanova to lose. But if they move up 1 spot, they play DePaul. Think they don't want to do that. They're going to crush them today. Yeah, I was very happy with this. The number's obviously ridiculously high, but I'm still fine covered because I think it'll be a 30-point win.
You guys are just completely cool laying 20 points. Just wow.
It's not that I'm cool laying 20
points. You sound
points.
cool. You sound cool with it.
I know I'm cool, but I'm just saying that, like, the fact of the matter is, I've seen this movie multiple times this year. I'm not going to lose any more money on the Georgetown Huskies. It will not happen. So Andy took what I was going to say. This St. John's team has been winning, and they've been winning by margin for a week now. Ever since that loss against Seton Hall, or the 3 losses in a row against Marquette, Providence, and Seton Hall, this team has been on an absolute tear. Do I love laying 20 points? Absolutely not. I 100% agree with that. But there's no way in hell my hard-earned money is going on the Georgetown Hoyas. No way in hell.
You guys just don't understand Georgetown like I do.
I don't. I do not.
I'm not betting it. I'm not going to bet it, but Georgetown plus 20. Someone goes, I said, you guys are down to lay 20 points, and someone goes, the line's 19.5 now. It's not that bad.
I like that guy.
It's not that bad. It dropped to 19.5. It's fine. I there's no way I'd lay 20 with the Johnnies, but I'm not betting this one. Poll is 41%, 30% in favor of St. John's, so community leaning towards St. John's.
I hope that guy is in the Discord. I love that positivity.
It's just 19.5 now. It's fine. All right. Texas A&M at Ole Miss. We got Andy up first to talk about the SEC here. I haven't looked at anything for this game. Texas A&M.
Andy, tell me this isn't a coin flip.
I don't think it is a coin. I think in theory, yes, it is, but I'm on Texas A&M pretty heavily. I think both of these teams played the exact same game in the past week. One of them played really good defense against Georgia. One of them gave up almost 70 points. That just tells you all you need to know. Ole Miss's defense is playing awful basketball right now. That's pretty much the only way to beat Texas A&M because you got to stop their offense because they're going to stop you. Their defense has been really solid. Ole Miss's offense isn't very strong anyway, so you have to be able to stop their offense. Wade Taylor, you have to stop that. That's not happening. Ole Miss is like 348th in effective field goal percentage in the past 10 games. You're not winning that game. I don't care if you're at home, you're away against Texas A&M, fighting for their tournament lives. I guess this would technically be a quad one win for them, so that's a pretty big win if they can add it. Plus, they'd get to play them, I believe, again in the SEC tournament. So, fully on Texas A&M. I think everything points to them for me.
That's the side I was leaning to, if I'm being honest. But I didn't look at anything. I just feel Texas A&M is the slightly better team. If I did SEC power rankings, I would have Texas A&M probably one spot above Ole Miss, and then all the way at the bottom, I'd put Georgia.
Yeah, we did this yesterday. Didn't we?
Doug Lane asking for doing a college basketball live for tomorrow. I know Scoop wants to. I think me and Scoop will be here. If these guys probably. Scoop's just the only one I talk to about it as of right now.
Yeah, I'm down to ruin another morning.
So I'm going to put Texas A&M. That was funny. I'm going to put Texas A&M up for me. I agree with Andy. Haven't bet this one yet. Scoop?
Yeah, Ole Miss really just blew their chance at making a tournament. Only way now is to get in their conference tourney. I know Matthew Morrell had food poisoning against Georgia, which really messed up their chances in getting a win. They need him for this game. Even so, I like A&M as a slight road dog here. The biggest reason is Ole Miss hasn't beaten an SEC team besides Missouri since January 30th. Ole Miss actually beat this A&M team on the road. That's because of their offensive rebounding, but I think that's a one-off. They haven't posted that many offensive boards ever. It shouldn't happen again. A&M's one of the best rebounding teams in the nation. Anderson Garcia should really be a force here. I know they're not a great shooting team, but they can compete. Ole Miss just hasn't been covering games. I can't trust them as an outright favorite against any SEC team currently.
Georgia.
Yeah, maybe Georgia. But at least A&M's fighting for something, so I'm going to take the points.
Good pick, Scoop. Hey, some updates here. The line is now down to 18.5. Just Hoya's money flooding in. Sharp action coming in on the Hoyas. And someone said it's Patrick Ewing night, even though they're not even in
MSG.
They're not even in Georgia.
I mean, MSG is
Dark night or something.
Yeah, they're not even in. They're not even at Georgetown. They're at Madison Square Garden. Toast.
I mean, technically.
Yeah, I agree. Sweep it up for the boys. Look, it's really hard for me to get behind Mississippi. I do think Texas A&M is the better team. And a couple of things that stuck out with me that wasn't already said is just the rebounding and the turnover percentage. Texas A&M number one in the conference as far as turnover percentage and offensive rebounding percentage. So they should be able to live inside and without turning the ball over. I think that's going to be enough for the victory. So I'll take the 1.5 on my side.
We really swept 2 of the first 3 games. That's either an awesome sign or a bad sign for today. 2 of the first 3 we swept.
Sign.
And we would have swept game 2 if any of you guys all took St. John's. I was on a Georgetown island.
Well, you were wrong there, so that didn't help.
48%, 35% in favor of Texas A&M. So community slightly agrees with us. Next, Oklahoma, Texas, Red River. Is this called the Red River rivalry also? Is that only football?
You can call it whatever you want.
Well, I'm asking what it's called.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they call it that.
I don't think so either.
Okay. So it's Oklahoma, Texas. Texas laying 5.5 points. And first glance at this one, that feels a little too big. I kind of think these two teams are closer than that. Now, I understand Texas is home here. So that's going to give you a few points in home court advantage. But I would have this one more at 3.5. Am I wrong with that, Toast?
No, you're not wrong. I would lean Oklahoma, and I hate it. I think anybody knows that I'm not a big fan of this Texas team. beating Oklahoma State and Texas Tech. I don't think either one of those teams is very good, so it's just not really impressive to me. And then they came back and lost to Baylor. Oklahoma, again, not a team that I'm in love with either, but their last few games that they've lost, Baylor, Kansas, Iowa State, Houston. I mean, the teams that they're losing to are the cream of the crop of the country and in the conference. So I'll gladly take the points with the world on the other side.
Oh, someone made a good point here. It could potentially be Patrick Ewing night at Madison Square Garden because of the Knicks. I didn't even think about that. Why are we still talking about Georgetown? My bad. Let's move on. So Toast is leading Oklahoma, and that's the way I'd go too. And actually, I think there's a chance I bet this one. I want to hear what these guys say first. Let's bring up Scoop. Scoop, do you agree with us that Sooners would be the side here?
Yeah, once again, Oklahoma, now 1-11, my last 12 Oklahoma betting games.
Oh God, I forgot. What side?
I believe I'm on the right side here with Oklahoma. Sorry. The biggest thing is Disu might be hurt for this one, and if he is, he's a significant part of their offense. There's a good chance he'll rest here for the conference tournament. Adams and Hunters are both solid scorers, but they really need someone down low that can bully their way, and I don't see that really having that without him. Mitchell and Shedrick can play down low too, but they're not scorers like him. Plus, this is an Oklahoma revenge game since they lost at home to Texas. That game against Oklahoma was probably the most complete game Texas actually had. Oklahoma needs to come out strong here and not let this get away. They've been slow, starting off slow in all their games, but it is senior night, so not that it matters much. I know McCollum's banged up as well, but it's not as a significant injury as Disu. I don't think McCollum's that great as it is. So that being said, since I like Oklahoma to cover, you should fade me because I can never figure this team out. But I do like Oklahoma.
Yeah, that sucks.
I've never been happier to be on Texas. I'm on Texas. I just think both of these teams are pretty mid, if you want to say it that way. But I think Texas at home.
And you're laying 5.5 with one of them.
Yeah, I think Texas at home has enough to get this done. I really don't like this Oklahoma team at all. Like Texas a little bit more. I think Texas has more talent than them. Oklahoma's more of a
6 points
team,
more.
But yeah.
I don't care,
Without
Andy. I'm betting
Disu,
Oklahoma.
He does.
Do it. You're gonna bet what Scoop picked.
No, that was
the
holdup. I was down to bet it, and then I had to think things through when I saw Scoop taking Oklahoma. But I think
I've never been happier to be on Texas.
I'm not even upset about it. It's true.
1-11 in Oklahoma games. Scoop's betting this year.
If you take a look at who's Texas beating at home, it's not like they're beating the good teams at home either. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Oklahoma State trash.
These teams are completely mid.
I'm locked in. Oklahoma plus 5.5.
Because they're both terrible coaches. That's why. That belong in the mid-major level.
I get Rodney Taylor. I don't know if Porter knows.
Yeah, stop flexing, bro.
Someone said, yes, stop flexing your bets. Someone said Andy to the rescue. So someone was on Texas and got bailed out by Andy. Me, Scoop, and Toast on Oklahoma, though. Community slightly agrees with Andy, though. 48%, 38% in favor of Texas. Next, Iowa State, Kansas State. I know Iowa State is much better or has been much better at home this year, but still this line feels short to me. Kansas State kind of sucks. I mean, 3.5 is short. I guess all right, so what I'm trying to say is I guess if you factor in the home away splits, Iowa State not as good on the road. To me, this line screams this is a sharp spot to take Kansas State. But Toast?
Yeah, I don't agree. I definitely do not agree there. I'll be on Kansas. I am square, and I love it. But I also
wait. Are you on Kansas State?
No, Iowa State. Excuse me. If I said that, I apologize. So I actually only used them in a parlay. I parlayed them with State Bonaventure. But anyway, I would still lay the points with Iowa State here. So here's the thing. Big 12 standings. If Iowa State is to win, they're going to be locked in that second seed. If the reason that I mentioned that is because if they lose, that Houston game is going to mean a lot more because Houston's going to be locked into the number 1 seed. They might not have anything to play for. But anyway, I just think that this Iowa State team is too big and too fast for this Kansas State team. I think the Iowa State defense is going to punish this team, and I really don't think that Kansas State is really that good anymore. I think they've really fallen off a cliff. So I'll take my chances with a team that has the best defense in the conference and still has something to play for.
70%. We're polling 70% Iowa State. This is looking like a overwhelming Iowa State. Andy, are you down to take Kansas State in the points with me? I'm going to do it, I think.
No, I would disagree. I think they're dead
Square.
team walking at this. I am a square
Yeah.
for this. They're a dead team walking at this point. Their coach is probably gone. He's moving on. I think the team's got no offense. I mean, tell me who's going to score, and I'll agree with you. They're placing a great defense. No, whether they're home or away, they're a pretty great defense. So, yeah, I'm on Iowa State.
It looks like TWD and Helms are with me. I'm putting Kansas State up for me. It's more playing the line. This is just such a sharp line to play Kansas State this short number. You gotta know sportsbooks are taking all kinds of Iowa action, probably all last night, all this morning. Iowa State money line's probably tied into a billion different parlays.
Yeah, nah, I don't know about that.
What are you talking about? They're much better than Kansas State, and -3.5. People are gobbling that up.
I don't see Iowa State as like a parlay builder type of thing.
Maybe not. I mean, they're not Kansas, Kentucky. I get that, but if you've been betting college basketball consistently this year, I think you're aware that Iowa State's pretty fucking good.
Yes.
So I think it's a real sharp spot to play Kansas State. Scoop, are you with me?
No, not at all.
Of course.
Iowa State's not going to let me down. Kansas State's a huge disappointment.
I'm betting it.
They had a down game against BYU. Though they did pull that game out. Kansas State is not BYU. This line's way too short. It should be 7 or 8. Iowa State won 8 of 9. Kansas State won 3 of their last 12. Iowa's defense is one of the best in the country. Kansas State had some shocking wins, sure, against Kansas, BYU, but Kansas State is already a terrible offense. And against Iowa State, I just can't see how they're going to score here. Plus, Iowa State would clinch a share of the Big 12 with a win and a Houston loss, which could definitely happen. Iowa State's just going to attack Kansas State scorers, Kaluma, Carter, and Perry. And when you take them away, there's not much Kansas State can do other than that. Kansas just did that same thing against Kansas State, and they killed them. And Iowa State's is a much better defense. Kansas State at home isn't a factor either, so I'm going to take Iowa State on the road.
I'm bringing my bet up on the screen. To show you that we do have a sharp on the show, and his name's Kyle Kirms.
We also got somebody got the flexer over here.
Loves to flex.
Flex alert.
Big buddy.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I took. Ooh, 1 second.
We're flexing. This is crazy.
Kansas State plus 3.5, and Kansas State on the money line. Let's go, Wildcats! I'm on my own island. 74% of you said you're
musical reference.
I don't know what that is, Andy. 73% to 22%. The entire world is betting Iowa State except me, Helms, and TWD. Just us.
That backfired on Andy so fast.
I'm confused. You don't know what High School Musical is?
No, I've heard of it.
I have kids, so,
I couldn't quote it.
I was
Yeah.
Andy watches it at night before he goes to bed.
No, I'm just saying. You screamed Wildcats. The only place I've heard that is High School Musical.
It's
so I was
Kansas
confused.
State. You're aware they're the Wildcats, right?
I'm aware of the. No, they're the Flames.
Never.
I'm aware of what they
I
are.
hear Wildcats.
We're talking about the Kansas State game.
Yeah, as soon as I think Wildcats, I think High School Musical.
We're talking about the Kansas State game.
Yeah,
I
I
say
do too.
Wildcats, and his head goes to High School Musical.
Oh,
Guys, this is a serious program. Let's go back to sports.
Yeah, you're right.
let's
Let's-
go back to being serious.
awesome.
Wow.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
you're right.
I'm
No
so
horseplay.
No,
That
no,
was so
no
worth
banter.
waking up to.
Creighton on the road at Nova here. Scoop, I don't know if you got a chance to watch the video that me and Andy made last night, but I think Andy agrees with me on my pick at Villanova. I think Nova's the side here. I don't like the line, though. I wish I was getting like 3, but I think Nova's the side here. Do you agree?
I was back and forth. I'm going to strictly take the better team in Creighton. I know Villanova's going to want to come out strong in their last game of the season, show the committee they deserve to be here, but Nova already beat Creighton once. I don't really see a sweep happening. Like you said, if this was Nova plus 3, I might take them, but I know they're a solid team at home. Creighton's just better. They're top 25 in defense and offensive efficiency. I think Kalkbrenner is better than Dixon. Skyerman and Trey Alexander are both better than Bamba and Moore. They have better players. I don't think Nova has the offense here to stay with Creighton. In that first Creighton game, they were really poor behind a 3-point line. I don't see that happening again since they're a really solid 3-point squad. Nova's been good lately, but I'm not really fooled by their team. I still think they're an average team that turns into a little above average at home. So I don't think they're beating Creighton twice. So give me Creighton.
So you're fading Villanova on senior night.
Yes, I am. But apparently the whole world's on Creighton too. So that's troubling.
Is that true? Oh, wow. The pie charts. Holy shit. Now, one thing I will say, I haven't bet this one yet. I'm down to, depending on, I know Andy, I think, agrees with me. I'm down to. I want to hear what Toast said first. Something that has me a little hesitant is Creighton's been a solid road team this year. So if you look at their rankings on the road, it's really no gap between Creighton at home and Creighton on the road. So Creighton's not exactly a team that I'm scared to bet on the road. That's what's kept me off. I'll bring Andy up, but I'm almost positive Andy was here helping me make the video last night. You're on Nova with me, right?
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. I also, somebody just brought it up in the comments. I don't think Creighton has anything to play for here. I don't think they can move at all.
Scoop didn't
of it
account for that.
Villanova also, this is fighting for your life. If you can, I think they can technically move right with a Marquette.
Down if they lose. So
yeah, I think Villanova, their backs against the wall. They need this. I mean, more than anybody today. And I also think at home is a pretty good spot for them to get something done. They defend the three kind of well. So.
Someone says Jalen Brunson night.
Yeah, or Dante DiVincenzo or Josh Hart night.
It's DiVincenzo night at Nova. You're gonna fade him on DiVincenzo night. All right, Toast. Are you with me and Andy, or are you siding with Lowly Scoop?
I'm with you guys. I would take the point with Nova here. I literally asked when I saw the UN live what the pie charts were for this game, because if I saw anything remotely close to this, I knew I was going to be on Villanova. As far as the Big East Conference concerned, Villanova's in like a three-way tie with St. John's, them, and Providence, all at 9 and 10. And then Marquette's up there at 13 and 6. Same with Creighton. So if Creighton were to win this game, they would stay in second. Marquette would have to lose, all that type of stuff. But why do I like Villanova? Definitely at home, I like them a lot more. We've seen them come home and play much better. On the road is the team when they've struggled. And the reason that you like Villanova at home is because they live and die by 3 balls and free throw shots. And at home, I can trust them a lot more. Like I just said, #1 free throw shooting team in the conference. They don't turn the ball over. Villanova, and I don't think Creighton's going to really punish them on the boards. I think Villanova can hang in there with them. So with the world on the other side, I'll take Villanova to keep their season alive and maybe, just maybe, go dancing.
Some people in the comments said they're happy to be on Scoop Island here.
Scoop Island is 5-1, his last islands. Just want to let you know.
Scoop
Of course he would keep track of that.
I would never want to be on an island with you.
I told you never. That's a bad decision.
So community is leaning towards Scoop's side, though, 53%, 40%. So kind of split on this one. Community slightly leaning towards Creighton. Next game.
Just know if you've been Creighton, remember how many times that team has let you down in a big spot. Just think about that.
And actually, there was one time, I can't think of who they were playing, but there's one time they let me down like in that exact spot. I took them on the road laying 1.5, I think it was.
It's like a tradition. People are like, I can't believe I bet this Creighton team. They suck.
Yeah, the Discord for some reason gets so pissed if they're like hatred gets spewed if their Creighton bet is winning. So Andy, the market's against me here.
This is insane. Yes.
Am I walking into a trap? How do you not take South Carolina at 5?
When it opened at like 3.
It was 3.5 last night.
3.5. I was on Mississippi State. The more it's gone up, I think I'm on SC now. I'm gonna pick SC here. I can't believe. I don't think they're there. They might not even be the better team. And now you're laying 5 with them.
I don't understand the line movement here.
I don't either.
It's a better team. There's no question.
No way.
I don't know.
I think it's a toss-up.
I think, you know what? You could tell they're toss-up. They're just as good as each other. I think Mississippi State coming into the year was a hell of a lot better. These teams did play and in SC, obviously, but SC kind of dominated that game. They had that game a lot. They were winning that game pretty much the whole time. That started SEC play, so it was like 2 months ago. But, like, I don't think SC's this type of – like, they just played tight with Tennessee. Everybody's still kind of doubting them. I think this is a crazy line, way too high. I wouldn't be surprised if South Carolina won this game. That was – because yesterday I told you, I was like, I'm on Mississippi State. Then the line just kept moving, and I was like, all right, there's no way. So.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of the Mississippi State-Kentucky game. It was at Mississippi State, I think like a week and a half ago, and Mississippi State, it was like laying 3.5 at close. And I was on Kentucky, and the whole time the line was moving towards Mississippi State, and I felt like this. Like, I don't get it. Public was all over Kentucky, actually, I think, in that one. Kind of very similar to this, where it's like, I don't understand what the line's doing here. But the fact that it just happened in Kentucky, and Kentucky won that game outright, that was at Mississippi State, not at Kentucky, I'm sorry. But the fact that it just happened means, okay, we've seen the odds makers, we've seen the market misprice Mississippi State as a home favorite recently. We just saw it happen. So it gives me a little more confidence and a little more comfort to be on South Carolina, which is going to end up being a huge public dog here. Toast, what do you think about the line movement?
I gotta take the points here. I was kind of like leaning under in a way, but if you're gonna give me 5.5 in a total in a game with a total at like 134.5, points are going to be at a premium. There's no question about that. As far as average possession length goes, Mississippi State 12th, South Carolina 14th in the conference, so you can't expect that. Neither one of these teams are really good free throw shooting teams. I just think that we're going to see a rock fight type of game, maybe first to 65, 70 wins type game. So I'm more than happy to take 5.5 in my pocket.
All right, let's bring up Scoop to finish this out. Scoop, what do you think?
Yeah, I actually had when South Carolina. Who did South Carolina they just lost to I don't know.
Marquette. Yeah, they played Marquette.
No, I forgot.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah, they should have. The Cox should have covered that last game. They got the tip in, but unfortunately, it wasn't premature. The clock expired. As time goes on in the game, it just seems like the longer you play with the Cox, the harder the Cox get, man. They're constantly competitive, even if the numbers don't make much sense. Michi Johnson and BJ Mack are more than capable of scoring points. But it's on the defensive end that South Carolina shines, man. Even with their home and away splits, they don't seem to get any different defensively. They're 4-1 against the spread on the road their last 5. The bookmakers completely disrespect South Carolina all the time. This should be closer to a pick 'em, I think. I get Mississippi State plays great defense, but they struggle offensively more than South Carolina does. Cox want to plant their seed in the 1-4 category for the SEC, and they have the team that can do it. If they win this one, they'll be locked in right there. Give me South Carolina and Steve Spurrier to succeed. Even though it's not June, cock pride, man. Let's go.
Cock pride.
I just want to say I couldn't even say my piece because the whole time I was thinking I knew Scoop had like 4 one-liners in his lineup. I was just waiting to hear them.
I need this team eliminated.
He said a couple jokes in the beginning. He said a couple jokes in the beginning, and then when he ended it with Cox want to plant their seed.
That was good. That was a good one.
All right, let's move on to the next game, for the love of God. But as expected, communities all over South Carolina. So if you're taking the Gamecocks here, just know you're going to be on the heavy public side. In fact, if you notice, I didn't break out my phone and bet this one. I'm a little scared. Maybe I might bet this one after, but as of right now, I'm going to South Carolina or pass next game. Sticking in the SEC, we got Kentucky at Tennessee, and I hate myself for my pick here. I hate myself. Because how do you not take Calipari as dogs?
Well, you explained it to me last night on the phone how you couldn't.
I know, but if you guys remember, and I think it was the game I just talked about, Mississippi State at home against Kentucky. The line closed at Mississippi State -3.5. And I was on here saying, don't fade Kentucky as underdogs. You don't do it. Because Calipari as an underdog is like insane. They usually win outright, let alone cover. But I really like this matchup for Tennessee. I think Tennessee should score every single possession. The way they match up on offense against Kentucky's defense. Tennessee, on paper, should shoot 65% from the floor in this game. So how could I'm putting it up. I'm a clown for this. Everyone laugh at me. I'm going against my own trend. I'm stupid. I'm a moron. I'm on Tennessee minus the points. I suck.
Well, you're not a moron. I mean, look at the pie charts. I mean, let's get real here.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. When Kentucky's underdogs, the pie charts always look like that, and then they win.
I'm just saying that you can't feel that big of an idiot. But, yeah, I'll go next. So I like Kentucky. I bet them at 9.5. So 7.5 is something different. But I for the show, I want the over on the board. Over 166.5 or whatever it is now. I just think that this number is too big. I talked to Sauce last night on the phone. If he thinks that Tennessee is going to get theirs, I think Kentucky's going to get theirs. So yeah, I like the over in this one. I think both teams are going to score a lot here.
Yeah, all right. So I have a feeling I'm going to be on a Tennessee island here. Let's talk to Andy.
Yep, I took Kentucky money line. I think Tennessee's got absolutely nothing to play for. Yeah. They are the number 1 seed. I don't know. Was that what
so? Why are they laying 7.5?
Because I was just going to say, if Kentucky wins, I'm pretty sure they can. If Kentucky wins this game, they could secure a double bye in the SEC SEC tournament.
Kentucky, Calipari, I mean, I don't know if he always cares about the SEC tournament, but obviously they want the double bye. They don't want to have to play an extra game. Tennessee's locked into the 1 seed. They were pretty happy about it. They were celebrating it like they won the friggin' national title. I don't think anything to play for. I do think it'll be emotional night because I do actually think that they are celebrating it tonight, but I think they'll wear it off. I think Kentucky as a dog, obviously, They're amazing. I think, what was it? 7 points was the line where they just win the game outright. They're 7.5 here. Bet them against Auburn on the road. They won the game outright. I'm doing it again. I think this Kentucky team, if they want to win a game, they can win a game. There's some games they just sleep through. They are one of the weirdest teams in the country. So I'll take Kentucky here.
Man, this sucks. Laying 7.5 points to Kentucky just feels suicidal. Scoop, can you back me up here?
No, another team that's fighting for positioning here is Kentucky. Tennessee already locked up their regular season title. They'll obviously try to. I think they're going to still try to win, obviously, but the issue is this is just way too many points, in my opinion. Kentucky needs this one for payback, and like Toe said, a double bye in their conference tourney. This number doesn't really make sense to me. The world's going to bet Kentucky. I know that. We know Dalton Knecht is one of the best players in the country. Hell, Tennessee is one of the best teams in the country. They can do it both sides of the ball. But Kentucky's doing great lately. They're still Kentucky. They're capable of scoring bunches. They're not the best defense, so but they're playing a lot better. Dillingham and Shepard can light up a scoreboard. It's just like Knecht. This line's too much. Kentucky beat Auburn like 11 as an away team. I could see this being 4 to 5 tops, but it was 9. But even 7.5 is too much to lay.
Yeah, this sucks for me. I'm on a Tennessee island, as I expected to be. Community is 64%, 32% in favor of Kentucky. So everyone's betting Kentucky here, but we kind of knew that was going to be the case. I don't know. I like the matchup for Tennessee. Next up, we got a good one here. The reason we got Toast up first, why? Because he's fading his own darlings. The Houston Cougars that he has sat here and praised all year, argued with people in the comments when they bashed Houston. He's fading them.
Yeah, and I'll continue to do it. They're the best team in the country. A couple things in play here for me at Kansas. First and foremost, Houston doesn't have a lot of play for. They already have another number 1 seed locked up. If Iowa State were to lose their game earlier in the day, that would even secure that, even lock it up even more. I think there can be some tiebreakers going on or whatever. Houston hasn't performed fantastic in the regular season against AP top 10 teams. Calvin Sampson just 2-8 his last 10 against those teams. I understand Kansas is 14th, but the point remains they struggle when they face these upper echelon teams. This Kansas team, I just want to get back behind them now. I think that they finally playing good. I know that they took a couple losses to BYU and to Baylor, but now with McCullers back into the fold now in a big game for them, I think they step up here. So I'll take Kansas plus the 8.5 with a much more motivated spot for them.
Yeah, agreed. I'll put Kansas up for me now. If you guys watched the video I uploaded last night, I love Kansas here. It's probably going to be similar to, excuse me, it's probably going to be similar to the last game where the whole world's going to be taking the points with Kansas, but Houston, if you just use numbers in the last 10 games, they haven't even been that good. Now, they've played they haven't, Toast. I mean, come on. Now, they played a very tough schedule, but so has Kansas. I think Kansas is live here. I honestly think they could win. So with plus 8.5, definitely, you're going to be on a public dog here, but it doesn't scare me off. I'm on Kansas. I really think they can win this game.
So do I.
Scoop?
Yeah, Kansas hasn't been their best recently, but it's another team getting a ton of points. I think the lines are weird today. Houston's an amazing team, defensive team. We all know that, but Kansas knocked them off by 13 at home. No, they're not a great road team right now. They lost 2 of their last 3, but I can't lay 8.5 to Kansas. Kansas needs McCullough to do McCullough teams. He's a team leader in points. Second, the rebounding is a crucial part of the team. Him and Hunter Dickinson's going to need to have a great day to keep this game close as their offensive weapons. But also, DeJuan Harris leads the country in assists. Kansas is still a really solid team. Houston isn't going to win this game at the rim. Kansas is an awesome down low defensively. They'll have to hope their 3-ball falls, which it didn't last time for Houston. Yeah, again, both of these teams are just too high of a spread. Books are acting like Houston and Tennessee are already in the championship. So I'm going to take Kansas here.
Well, the Tennessee one I understand, though.
Really quickly, I just wanted to add, too, Houston's dealing with some injuries and stuff. That Walker and Tugler kids are both gone. And then you have that Francis and I think Roberts is his last name. Juwan Roberts that are both dealing with some injuries. They're going to play. But just the point is, if Iowa State were to lose, those guys are probably going to sit. And if you bet Kansas money line, you're going to be sitting with essentially playing a Houston team with 5 guys to play in that night. So just
really,
point that out there. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I like
because
that.
if
Then what are
Houston-
they doing with the line then? That makes it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm really
Houston at home
confused
with
here.
an awesome defense. That's,
Yeah, I mean.
Oh,
they're-
really?
yeah,
Houston has an
but-
awesome defense? Thanks
and
for the
Kansas
analysis.
is shitty as an away team. So
Yeah, Kansas has been really. I mean, but he knows that. But yeah, I trust
That's a
me,
good
Sauce.
point.
I'm right because, like I said, if Iowa State were to lose, and I mean, what is Houston playing for? Absolutely nothing. They have a 1 seed in the conference tournament. They have a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, and they got 2 guys dealing with injuries. Why would they play?
All right, let's bring up Andy. See if we're sweeping on Kansas.
Yes, I'm not 100%. I don't love it, but I would side it. I do think Kansas being bad on the road is a big. I mean, they're not awful. They've played decently recently, but I could see them winning the game. Don't love it. I'm gonna side them, but This is the one game today where I was like, I don't even know. So Kansas.
All right, we're sweeping Kansas. Community's on Kansas. So this is a, like I said, heavy public dog here. Don't care. I think it's the right side. Next up, Miami at Florida State. Now we get to a real game. Miami on the road here in Tallahassee. Line is at 3. Florida State -3. Pass. All right, poll is running. Go ahead and cast your votes. Andy, I got you up first for this one. I haven't looked at anything for this game. Do you have a move here?
Yeah, I put this game because it's literally just a pile of dog crap. Both of these teams are they both had high expectations, and both of them are pretty mid to say the least. But Miami is awful. They are the only team in any Power 5 that is ranked 330th or worse in both effective field goal percentages in the last 10 games. So they're doing nothing well. So I'm going to side the home team against a team that's literally doing nothing well. That had high expectations. Now they're finishing up the regular season, possibly under 500. Yeah, this is you want to talk about a dead team walking. That's what Miami is, because they thought they were going to be competing for the national title this year. They're probably going to be playing day 1 of the ACC tournament. So yeah, I'll take Florida State.
Oh shit. Scoop, do you agree?
Yeah, we haven't talked Miami basketball in a while. I guess that's what happens when you lose 8 straight. Just lost to Boston College. I'm gonna take Florida State, like Andy said. Both of these teams aren't great. They're 15-15. They both had disappointing seasons. I mean, Florida State lost 6 of 8 themselves, but I think Miami is just kind of a dysfunctional basketball team right now. They're 2-8 as a road team this season. I really don't have much to say that Andy already didn't. I'm going to grab Florida State because at least they're 9-7 at home and has some tendencies to go on some runs. They usually can't hold leads, obviously, but this Miami team is just absolutely awful. I don't see a reason to grab them on the road.
All right, 2 picks for Florida State. Toast, are you trying to take Miami here?
No, I was just gonna say, like, if you were to take Miami, that's like the definition of taking a falling knife. Like, if you can catch a falling knife, so be it. That is literally Miami basketball. 1 win since January 30th, and that was a home game against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's terrible. Now, I'm not trying to make a case that Florida State is some juggernaut, but they have played decent at home with a win against NC State, and then they played Boston College at home. And won pretty convincingly, and they've actually beat Boston College 2 times. And the reason I mentioned that is because that's who Miami just played, and they got beat by 10 by Boston College. Florida State made Boston College look pretty bad, so I have no problem taking the Seminoles here minus the points.
Yeah, same. I'll put Florida State up for me. No way I would try to take a shot with Miami. So it's Florida State sweep, and the community agrees. It looks like 53%, 30% in favor of Florida State. So nobody trying to mess with Miami right now. Next game. We're back in the Big East. Marquette on the road at Xavier here. What's the deal with Tyler Kolek? He's not coming back until the Big East tournament?
He's out.
Hopefully.
Out for this game, but he's coming back for the tournament, right?
Yeah.
They haven't said that yet.
Yes, it is. They said it.
And he goes, yes,
they
they have.
didn't say that yet.
They did.
No, we did not.
Yes, they did, Scoop.
Oh my God, look it up.
Is this like
the
Kennesaw State location?
That was a debacle. We don't talk about that day.
Scoop, no Tyler Kolek. Xavier +3, right?
No. Marquette's is missing Kolek, and you can see they struggle a bit with their playmaking and assists and scoring without him. But 3 points to Xavier is absurd. I don't.
Xavier's
think
pretty good.
No.
Oh my
Shut
God!
up.
Shut up.
I don't think Xavier can win this game or even come close to winning this game whatsoever. Marquette lost 2 in a row, but they were against Yukon and Creighton. It's not a reason to overreact and say this team's like not good anymore. Xavier just lost to Butler, who's absolutely dog shit, and really they were getting killed for most of that game. This team still has Cam Jones, Iguodala, who both are better than anyone that Xavier has. Marquette doesn't turn the ball over. They're still a quality scoring team, really solid defense. I don't know who scares you on Xavier's side. Olivari might be, but I mean, I expect Cam Jones to just shit all over Desmond Claude. He's an overrated piece of shit. Cam Jones is going to double, if not triple, the points Desmond Claude gets. Desmond Claude, he sucks. Get out of here. I'm going to take Marquette.
Desmond Claude's the type of guy that Andy has hanging behind him. That's the type of player Desmond Claude.
I want to take
Just
Xavier.
terrible. Just terrible. Just absolutely terrible. I would agree with Scoop then. Just really quickly. Look, this Marquette team without Kolek, I understand that hasn't been fantastic. But if you take a look at what this team has been able to do, they played Yukon pretty damn close and Creighton close without him. They had a chance to win both of those games late in those ball games. Obviously, they didn't get it done. But those two teams are way better than Xavier. You guys don't need me to tell you that. And honestly, I understand that Kolek's been a part of the mix, but those are the only two teams that Marquette has lost to in a really long time. So I think that Marquette actually finally playing 2 games without Kolek helps them here today. I think they get back into their winning ways. I bet it at 1.5. I don't love 3.5 as much, but yeah, Marquette's the side for me.
Wrong.
I agree.
Xavier, you're with me, Andy?
Yeah, I'm taking a shot with Xavier. I think if there's a team, I mean,
Let's do it. I'm betting it.
Not only do they need it, they need it, but I think they could win this game. Look, Marquette played pretty well against Yukon the other day. I think Yukon was kind of sleeping through that game, it looked like, but whatever you want to say, Yukon came out and covered. I think Xavier needs it so badly that they have the coach to get them this win. I don't think Marquette, obviously without Kolek, it is what it is. They're kind of sleeping to the Big East tournament at this point. I think Xavier needs it to improve their seed, and I think technically still on the bubble. I don't know how. So you talk about needing it. There's no hungrier team in the nation today than Xavier, because nobody else can get a win like this today. They can. That place it's going to be rocking today. They've been waiting for this game. They're very close rivals. So I'm taking a shot with Xavier. I know statistically it would tell you to take Marquette, and I can understand how these guys are at that, but I think if there's a team to take a shot on today, it's Xavier.
The only thing going your way is those pie charts. The only thing.
Yeah.
You guys are wild.
Everyone's saying exactly what Scoop said, which was that this line is so short. Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, because they suck. I'll bring you up my bet now. Placed. Flex alert.
This guy's just flexing.
Someone said it in the comments. Someone was like, how is he flexing? How is he flexing with $100 bets? Exactly.
That's a big flex these days.
All right, so I took Xavier the money line at plus 130, and I took the 3. I got it on Caesars. All right, poll is all over Marquette here. 67%, 66%, 23% in favor of Marquette. Next up. All right, where's my pie charts here? Oh, it's because we don't have any for this one.
Some of the games don't even have them.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Toast. It's UCF on the road at TCU. Let's get the poll running on this one. Plus 8. UCF came through for us, man. Oh, wait. You weren't on UCF with us. That was me and Andy, I think. Yeah, it was me and Andy.
Yeah.
And we took UCF plus 8.5. And someone commented, UCF, nice pick, with a bunch of laughing emojis. I guess they didn't know how the point spread worked. And I was like, dude, UCF won. And then he deleted his comment.
That's right.
Because they won by 8. That's why.
Yeah,
he couldn't do math.
And he deleted his comment. It's so
that's
funny.
sad.
Would you take UCF again here?
No, I actually think TCU rolls here. I use TCU in 2 different money lines, but as far as the sake of the show, I'd still lay the points here. Look, this TCU team, I think has been, first of all, yeah, we'll just start with TCU. TCU, I do think, has been playing pretty damn good basketball. I understand losing to Texas Tech at home or on the road for TCU doesn't really kill me that much. And then obviously Baylor and BYU, both of those teams, two of the better teams in the Big 12. But when TCU has faced these lower level competition, they've done much better. UCF is a team that's just been continued to go downhill since that big win against Kansas. I know they looked decent against Texas, or won against Texas, excuse me, but Rodney Terry's terrible and Texas is terrible. I promise you guys that. And since then, they just haven't really looked good. I know they got a win against Texas Tech, but again, Texas Tech is dog shit on the road, and Oklahoma State isn't really good. So I think this is a really good spot for TCU. I was really, really impressed by them going out to West Virginia and absolutely slaughtering that team. Not trying to say that West Virginia is a good team, but to lose 2 games in a row and then fly across the country, whoop that team's ass, I think they come back home tonight and win by double digits.
I agree. That's the side I want to be on too. I got in on UCF plus 8.5 last week. Not this one. Now they go. That was at home. Now they go on the road against a TCU team that's better at home. Yeah, I would go TCU here. I haven't bet it, but that's the way I'd go. Scoop, do you agree with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna go TCU. I just tried to check for pie charts too. There's still really nothing on this game.
I know. There was nothing on Sports Betting Dime had it up. I saw. Hold on. I'll go look while you're talking.
Yeah,
I'll go bring it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take TCU here. I faded UCF a ton, which has its ups and downs, but TCU is a better team. UCF may have a better defense, but they still have one of the worst teams in the Big 12, especially on offense. TCU has a pretty solid offense themselves. They're strong from 3. So that'll stretch UCF's defense a bunch. The top 3 scorers on TCU are all seniors. It's senior day. It's a big day for them. TCU should have enough on the defensive side of the ball since UCF already struggles there. And TCU is in the top 20 in steals on the season. I just can't trust Central Florida to do anything offensively to compete here. They're not a capable half-court offense. They won't have enough fast break points in transition. Emmanuel Miller should have a positive game even with UCF's defense. But yeah, this game will be decided from UCF's inability to get things going offensively. Jalen Sellers and Darius Johnson is their whole team on the offensive end, so I don't think it's going to be enough to keep with TCU.
3 of us on TCU. By the way, I just looked at Sports Betting Dime. Nothing up there either. So
nothing on action either. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, certain games just don't have them. Today I looked. Yeah, I am with you guys 100%. This one was pretty simple for me. UCF's been all season fade on the road, take them at home. They are 345th in away effective field goal percentage on offense. That is awful.
Ew.
So yeah, I'm completely on UCF.
345th on the road offensively. That's disgusting.
I still like it at 8. That person.
We've had a lot of
sweeps like it today. At 8. This should be a double-digit win for TCU.
So we just swept TCU community.
We got a lot of sweeps.
50. Yeah, we definitely got a few. I think that was our 4th or 5th. 57%, 25%. Two Saturdays ago, we had 6 sweeps and they went 6-0. It was awesome.
Yes, sir.
I just saw your text about the parlays. Sorry, dude.
No, it's all good.
You can always check VIP. They're there.
Yeah, I definitely should.
Yeah, you jerk off.
I didn't say that, Andy.
Sorry.
Whoa, Scoop. A lot of dick jokes today, bud.
Yeah,
that's just.
Are you trying to tell us something?
Clemson on the road in Wake. We got Andy is our Wake Forest guy. He's led me correctly and incorrectly on Wake a couple times this year. He really likes this Wake team. Do you like him enough to lay 3.5 to a really good Clemson team on the road?
Yeah, no, that's over. They're dead. I've never seen a team fall off a cliff. I mean, put the nail in the coffin, put them 6 feet under. This team beat Duke, stormed the court, went on to lose to Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. I mean, I've never seen a team. I mean, they were in the tournament. Now they're done. Put them in the ground dead. Clemson wins this game outright. I've never seen a team. They're literally a dead team walking. How do you walk into this game and play tough after losing? I mean, not only did they played terribly against Georgia Tech, played terribly against Notre Dame, and now you're facing a tournament team, a solidified tournament team looking to improve their ACC standing. And they're the favorite. I don't see it. I think that Clemson wins this game outright.
Yeah, I just placed that bet. I'll bring it up on the screen. I'm definitely on Clemson. Clemson, one of the best road teams. Clemson on the road has been really profitable. If you look at their home away splits, they're actually better on the road. I've loved back to one of my biggest college basketball bets of the year was Clemson on the road against. They were laying like 7 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was midweek, and I loved it. Yeah, Clemson on the road is kind of like an auto bet for me. They're such a good road team. Scoop?
I'm going to go with Wake. Wake's kind of like with Georgia Tech. They have crazy wins followed by awful losses. Wake's already beaten Virginia, NC State, Duke, Syracuse, but then they lose to a Notre Dame, Florida State, and ironically Georgia Tech. The inconsistency is pretty hard to handicap, but these teams actually match up pretty well together. They're both close in terms of offense and defense. That Georgia Tech loss was their first loss at home all year. Wake tried to get back in the game, but their offense really struggled. They don't usually struggle like that. This is going to be a bounce-back game for Wake, I think. I've never seen a team play up to their competition like them or down to their competition like them. I think Hunter Salas should have a great game here. Clemson isn't great defending the three, and Wake's pretty much all three-point shooters. So I can see Wake taking advantage of that. I'm just going to take Wake, especially because of their home record, too. So I will lay the points.
All right, Toast, you're the deciding factor. Are you with us or are you with Scoop?
I'll be taking the points with Clemson as well. I just can't get behind this. I mean, honestly, everything that Andy said, you can just essentially copy and paste. I had high hopes for this team. I was really hoping that Hunter Silas would do something special with this team, but they've completely fallen on their face. I understand a lot of that stuff has been at home or on the road. Like Scoop said, they've been fantastic at home this year. I think they only have one loss at home this year, which was their last game at home against Georgia Tech. But at the same time, Andy talked about what those teams have to play for. Clemson's sitting in a two-way tie with Pittsburgh and Syracuse, or Pittsburgh right now at 11-8. Syracuse is 11-9. So Clemson also has something to play for just as much as Wake Forest has. So obviously if Wake Forest is playing for their life, but I think they're dead no matter what. So I'll more than gladly take 3.5 with Clemson.
This is the bet I put down for this one on FanDuel. I got Clemson plus 3.5 at minus 106, and I took the money line at plus 138, split a unit in half. All right, our poll is leaning towards Clemson, but not overwhelmingly. There's definitely a lot of people betting Wake Forest as well, 54%, 37%. So Clemson wins the poll, but got a lot of people on both sides here. Next up, good one here. Baylor at Texas Tech. I have no idea which way you guys are going on this one, but I know, I don't know if you watched the video. I think I'm going to fade Baylor and take Texas Tech. I won't be on Baylor. It's just a matter of whether or not I actually place the button and pull the trigger on Texas Tech. Toast, can Baylor get it done in Lubbock?
Man, I don't know. This was actually like the hardest game for me today to handicap because I truly believe that Texas Tech is a terrible basketball team, but they're
bad on the road. This one's in Lubbock.
I know, and I was just about to say that before you rudely interrupted me. They are at home where they play way, way better. So I would actually lean that way too. It's really hard for me, but I know those pie charts really make this decision easy for me. Baylor's coming off a huge stretch where they played BYU, Houston, TCU, Kansas. I don't really throw Texas in that mix, but I think this is a kind of like a little bit of a collective letdown spot for the Baylor Bears. And then Texas Tech, on the other hand, really hasn't played good basketball. A couple good away wins that I think might have boosted this team's confidence a little bit. I still think they're dog shit, but with the world on the other side, I'll take my chances with Texas Tech at home.
Still think they're dog shit.
Big Feet says, sauce flexing on me makes me feel self-conscious and bad. I'm going to go cry about it. Scoop, I know, is going to be on Baylor here.
Baylor getting points here. I'm gonna go with Texas Tech because of how good they are at home.
I misjudged Scoop.
It's okay. 14-2, and they're a different team there. Not only that, but Baylor's also a different team on the road. They're one of the best offenses, but they're only shooting 43% on the road, 33% from three, which is their bread and butter. Not only that, but Texas Tech only allows 29% from three at home. So if they're really cutting down the three game from Baylor, it's going to be a rough time for them. They're really great on their half-court offense, Texas Tech, and they'll shoot a ton of threes throughout the game. Pop Isaacs and Darian Williams, Toussaint, Chance McMillan will get their points from three, I feel. Baylor isn't a good defense. They are only 4-4 on the road. They lost in easier venues on the road than this one. This would be a huge quad win for Tech. They're 4-8 right now in quad one wins, and I do think I think they're comfortably in the tournament, but a win here would catapult them, I think, 2 seeds in the NCAA tournament. So I just love Texas Tech's half-court offense here. I think they can really take advantage of Baylor, so give me them at home.
I like it, Scoop. I think I'm going to bet this one, too. I don't even know what Andy's on. I could see his bum ass taking Baylor.
I am taking Baylor. My bum ass is, in fact, taking Baylor. I think Baylor can get some stuff, can get some offense at the rim. I know Texas Tech's defense is much worse on the road, so that's where a lot of those stats are juiced. But I just think Baylor's a really, really good team that can get stuff done offensively. I know the defense sucks. That's how Baylor plays. It's like an average defense at best on their best day. I think they can win this game outright. It's one of those Big 12 toss-ups where, like, I don't think either of us are wrong going in.
No, you're wrong.
Okay.
You're definitely wrong.
Okay, thank you.
I also
All
think
right.
you're wrong.
I hope I'm right. This is like the Alabama game, except this one I think I'll be right about.
All right, so it looks like I can
okay.
get the best price on
There's no
ESPN
moral
bet
victories on
here.
this show.
I am a big you've seen my tweets. I'm a big moral victory guy.
Oh, I know.
I'm a big moment guy.
I know.
I'm
The
a
moment
guy.
I knew Andy was a moral victory guy was when John Rothstein tweeted about Georgia. Quote tweeted, he tweeted about us. I knew Andy was a huge
He
moral
went
guy.
through a time. No, John Rothstein would go through times where we'd like have big upsets, and he wouldn't tweet a word about Georgia, but he'd be tweeting about like fuck USA. He'd be like, "Oh, they pulled a great upset today, and Georgia just beat Auburn at home," and they're like, "What?" They don't talk about us. So it was a cool moment. And then
Disrespect.
the moral victory comes from Mike
Damn
White.
it.
You got to be a moral victory guy if you're gonna support him.
I mean, ESPN bet's tough than that. I'm sorry, I just want to get this bet down because if I don't do it now, I'll forget. So,
Have you used ESPN bet? I haven't.
I usually don't, but I just pulled up unabated, and
I
that's where you
used
get the
it-
best price for
I
this
used
game.
it when they gave you the free stuff. I didn't use it since. I
Well,
pretty much
ESPN's dead to me from that kind of saw thing, so it's fine.
I've pretty much I've exclusively used DraftKings and FanDuel at this point, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, there's ones that I use the most, DraftKings,
I like
FanDuel.
Rivers a lot.
But whenever I do have accounts open with the other ones in case like there's an overwhelmingly good price that I could grab, and it's ESPN still has a 1.5 open. Everyone else is at 2. I think I just paid -120. I did pay -120.
I love that he's like fully leaned into the flexing at this point. He's like, I'm gonna do it
Well,
every single game. I love it. No, it's a good thing. Because it is
I'm not going to
proven
do it
that,
now.
like, no, it's that you're proving
Good job,
you bet it.
Andy.
I think it's a good
Jesus.
thing. Because I saw a comment that said like it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing you're proving you're betting it. That is a good thing. I don't know why people are complaining about it.
Well, I placed this bet. Texas Tech -1.5 here on ESPN.
There you
bet.
go.
I mean, if
No, I just haven't
anybody
used it. I just haven't used
$200
ESPN. I
is
don't know
flexing, then there's nothing that we can say.
Next up, Georgia.
Here we go.
Yo, talk about your upset right now. Andy.
Living the life.
I know for a fact Andy is taking his beloved Georgia Bulldogs here
Go ahead,
because
go first.
he told me last night before he left work. He was like, this is too much. He said 15 is too many. So you have Andy with a Georgia Anthony Edwards jersey behind him taking Georgia.
Yes, I am taking Georgia. I think the line's a little high. I know they did beat Georgia by 21 at home, but Georgia played really well in that game, but just stopped playing late. Like the last 5 minutes of the game, I don't think Georgia scored. They've done that a lot lately. Auburn pretty much set into where they're going to be. I think they can get the 2 seed, but they'd need Alabama to lose, and they're not losing to Arkansas. So Auburn doesn't have a ton to play for. I think Georgia at this point can still get to the 10, so this is a big game for them. I know Jabril Abdur-Rahim is questionable. They did say there is a shot he's going to play. I doubt it. But it's just a high number for a team that's not really getting blown out. They've gotten blown out one time this year, and it was a game they pretty much fell apart in. So I think they can. I'm taking a shot at them covering. The pie charts are gone. I don't know why there isn't, but everybody seems to go on Auburn here. So I'm taking a shot.
Damn it. I really have to talk about this bullshit-ass game. Scoop, what do you like here?
Yeah, this is the second blowout game that Georgia's going to have. This is so many points, but Georgia's 4-5 on the road this season. It's hard playing in the jungle where Auburn's 14-1. They really beat down on lesser teams if you look at their whole schedule.
And
they
if there's
just beat
one
down.
way to describe Georgia, it's lesser.
Right. Georgia is one of those lesser teams. Yeah, even so, they're beating good teams around this margin, too. South Carolina, they beat by 40 at home. They just beat Mississippi by 15 at home. Alabama by 18 at home. Georgia's just completely falling apart. I'm taking Auburn laying the points. I'd be more comfortable laying 9 in the first half, I think it is. But Auburn really should dominate on both sides of the court. Broome has been great on both ends. Jalen Williams has turned into a great scorer, and Auburn has a deep bench that's one of the best in the country. I know Georgia plays hard in most of their games, but it's hard to find an angle to pick Georgia here. I'm going to lay the 15 points.
TWD said he would lay 80 in this one. And it's crazy. Scoop just said that he would also look Auburn first half -9 because I swear to God, that's what I was thinking also. I'll put Auburn up as well. Georgia's a really disgusting program with a disgusting fan base, and They can't. They can't be trusted in any way, shape, or form. No, I think Auburn routes them here. I think the line says it all. I think odds makers are expecting a blowout of sorts here. Andy's grasping onto some sort of hope that his program is somewhat respectable. It's not. So yeah, I would go Auburn here, but I'm not betting this one. Toast?
Welcome to the jungle. Because I'm laying points every time Auburn's in the jungle. I'll be laying it. So Auburn minus 15.5. Auburn has something to play for. Them, Alabama, Kentucky, South Carolina, all 12-5 in the SEC. So all these teams are battling for positioning. I expect an absolute rout tonight. And Andy said it, honestly, not even talking shit wise. With Georgia and the injury issues and stuff like that with Abdul Rahim and stuff, I just think it's going to be too much. A full Georgia team, maybe I can get there, but a hobbled one at best, I'll lay the points with Auburn.
He said, no shot, Auburn loses this game on Charles Barkley night.
It is actually senior night in Auburn, and it is like a big
senior night.
You're fading him on senior night?
It's Katie Johnson's senior night against the team he originally played for, so it's kind of fucked up. It's ridiculous.
Do you want me to switch your graphic? You know what? I'll switch it for you.
No, this is
Yeah,
No, switch it. I'll switch it.
No, don't do that.
Senior night is worth at least 4 or 5 more points, to be honest.
Yeah, that puts us at 20. I'd still lay. This poll is 48%, 30%, 48%, 33% in favor of Auburn. So community kind of on board with me, Toast and Scoop. Hear that? We're going to need to see Andy's dogs get crushed tonight, and I'm here for it. Next up. It's crazy because, I thought Georgia actually – there was a time when we thought Georgia had the 4th best team in the SEC this year. How crazy is that? What a collapse. What a garbage program.
Yeah, it's bad. Garbage basketball team, garbage football team.
Scoop, I put you up front. I put you on batting leadoff here for the premier game. You're rising up. North Carolina at Duke. I got Scoop in the leadoff position for this one. All right, Scoop, I don't know if you got a chance to watch the video I uploaded. I think it's a spot to bet Duke. I haven't bet it yet. I was on UNC minus 4.5 in the first matchup. I think I should jump on the other side here. I think Duke has a big night shooting the outside shot. I think the move here is Duke.
Yeah, since that UNC loss, Duke's been one of the best teams in the country, except that slip up against Wake Forest. It's a good revenge spot for him. I like Duke here, especially being the last game before the tournament. Duke shot horribly that first game, still kept it relatively close throughout. If North Carolina leaves them open again on the perimeter, something they have a tendency of doing, I can really see Duke taking advantage here, especially with Jared McCain and Jeremy Roach. I know RJ Davis is probably the best player in this game, but Roach and McCain can definitely go off just like him. But really, this Duke team is loaded with shooters. Anybody has a chance to go off, including Foster, Proctor. Filipowski can definitely compete with Baycott down low and take him away from the rim as well, so that'll help open the inside. Duke's just deeper, in my opinion. Offensively, there's not going to be something to pinpoint that they're struggling at right now. I know North Carolina is a better defending team, but the Tar Heels rank 323rd in open 3 rate. Duke should definitely take advantage of that. Plus, if Duke wins this one, they win the share of the ACC with North Carolina. And obviously, Duke at Cameron Indoor is something to back as well. So just definitely give me Duke here.
All right, let's bring up Toast next. And I also real quick, let's bring up Toast. All right, Toast, before you get started, what do you also think about? I was thinking about doing some kind of same game parlay where I pair Duke money line with this. I'm thinking 3-point party tonight. Duke money line and over, I think I like. You're down with that?
Yeah.
Right,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Over. Yeah. Like Scoop said, just one of my first points. This is a huge game for Duke because they would win the ACC regular season championship, have the #1 seed in the ACC tournament with a win here today. These two teams would be tied, but Duke holds all of the tiebreakers in this game. So the last time these two teams played, North Carolina won. There's no question about that. But Duke shot, let me check it. Oh, yeah, 5 for 19, 26% from deep. What Scoop also mentioned, that open 3 rate. I just have a hard time believing Duke doesn't hit these shots here today at home. So Duke does a job of slowing teams down. That's one thing that North Carolina likes to do. They can stop them in transition. I do think North Carolina is going to get their shots. They definitely have playmakers, and Baycott can score inside with anybody. That's what happens when you've been in college for 15 years. So, but there's no question about that. But I think this is Duke's game to win at home with so much to play for. And they've actually been playing very, very good basketball lately, too. It's not like they've been like ho-humming. They've actually been playing really good at home and on the road. So there's no doubt in my mind that Duke gets their revenge here tonight.
All right, so I'll put it up. I got the cosign from Toast. This is what I ended up doing here. I got Duke money line, and I paired it with the over teased down to 144. So basically teased the line 5 points in each direction, got it at plus 100. So I'm in on this Duke because when I was doing this video last night, I think both teams are going to make some outside shots, specifically on the Duke side. North Carolina defensively, a defense that has been good all year, they actually have some really ugly-looking numbers against the three-point shot recently, and Duke's been lighting it up from out there. So on paper, Duke should have a real good night shooting the outside shot. Let's bring up Andy. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, this is pretty much how I felt the last time they played. Duke came into that game a little cold. This time they're coming in raging hot, so I think Duke covers and wins this one.
We're all on Duke.
Well too.
Wow.
I know that's a little scary. I didn't think I'd be the only one. I didn't think everyone be on Duke. I thought somebody would be on UNC. I'm a little surprised by that. I think it like they said, 3-point party is a perfect way to put it. I think it'll be shot making.
So we would also lean over?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
We all, I feel like we all have the same exact handicap on this game. A lot of points, Duke covers.
I've felt this way about Duke all year. I think they're one of the best teams in the country. They weren't getting a lot of love. They needed to face bad teams to get to who they really were, and because they played a tough schedule early in the year and they lost.
Well, and they've also been dealing with injury too. I mean,
yeah.
Proctor's been out for a few games. I mean, other guys have missed games, so it's not like they've had their full complement of players the whole year either. So, and they're winning those games without those guys.
Yeah.
All right. Community heavy on Duke too. Wow. Okay, so this is a Duke program today. That's not going to scare me off. My bet's placed. You guys saw it. I honestly thought when I saw the plus 4.5 that a lot of action would be coming in on North Carolina, but I think I may have misjudged that. Doesn't matter though. I'm cool on Duke, and the fact that the line and I liked how the line moved towards Duke too, because when I was recording the video last night, it was 4.5. So I think it's at 5 now on some books. 5.5. Next game. Utah, Oregon. Let's go let Andy go first for this one because this is his parlay.
Yeah.
We peer pressured him enough where he's finally down to share his parlay with us.
That means he took Oregon because there's no way he's got the balls to take.
Hold on. I have a graphic for it, and we can all look at what he took.
I will make it look better. I didn't have much time, so I had to
look at this uncensored ass graphic he sent me.
It's not uncensored.
Look at Andy's daily parlay. It's uncensored.
Oh, you know what? Andy's.
All
right, you have the whole screen with your parlay, Andy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I took 3 legs. The top and bottom are pretty self-explanatory. Those teams are far better than their opponents. This one, I just think Utah's awful on the road. We've kind of proven that. And Oregon's coming off losing to Colorado at home, so they need. I mean, you talk about needing this one, they need it. They played pretty well against Colorado, well enough to beat Utah here. So I went money line just to play it safe because I in a parlay might as well play that safe. I boosted it to 188 too because DraftKings has a few boosts today. So yeah, I like Oregon in this one a lot. Utah, we've talked about it many times. They are awful on the road. So
can you explain the Arizona pick though?
Yeah, USC's playing. USC's playing well, man.
What is Arizona playing for right now?
All right, wait a minute.
Andy's daily parlay
that was
sucks.
the one I didn't
This
think
parlay
I'd have
sucks.
You think Arizona's gonna lose to USC?
No, I don't know if I'm trying to fade USC. They're balling right now.
I was just
LeBron James' son is on that team.
Arizona,
I don't know if you knew.
I was surprised to see that one on there. A team that has literally nothing to play for against a team that wants to show out, wants to play well. I was just curious. That's all.
No, they're far better. I wouldn't even think about that one.
Andy, don't let these people disrespect you, man. Thank you for sharing the parlay.
Yeah, see, this is why I don't share.
You guys just shame them. You shame them.
We shamed them for not sharing the parlay, and then we shamed them for sharing it.
I don't mind. I will do that every time if I have time to make that. I mean, that took like 2 seconds.
I was going to say, how much time did that make?
Well, after the pick graphics, I didn't have much time. So.
All right, so I put Oregon minus 3.5 because Oregon's in his parlay, so that means he would be leaning towards the Ducks minus the points. Scoop, it sounds like you agree. You agree with Arizona over USC? Side note.
Well, we're not. I mean, out of USC, I don't know. I would take Arizona, but that's because they're way better than USC. But Utah and Oregon, I honestly was back and forth on this one. Utah on the road is just miserable. Carlson scored 40 against Oregon State. They still losing Corvallis in a game they're favored by 7.5. I'm not saying Oregon's great. They still frustrated me a ton with that Colorado loss a few days ago. Congrats, Kyle.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they're an average basketball team, but Utah has one conference road game all year. They're just really not a team that you can back on the road. Even in that one win, they beat UCLA by 1. Dante and Shellstat should have a great game here, seeing as Oregon State took advantage of their defense as well. Yeah, it's hard to trust this defense right now, especially on the road. I think Utah may be a better team than Oregon. They probably are, but I'm going to take Oregon to bounce back after the last home loss to beat Utah and cover the spread because I'm just pretty much blindly betting Utah as an away road team here.
So it says we've been waiting for Andy's sneaky parlay, and he gives us a dookie.
That was not. What is wrong with that? I know the graphic might have sucked, but like.
I support you, Andy. Don't let him get to you.
Andy, does it
By
make
the way,
I'm tailing it. I'm tailing it straight out.
Scoop supports you, Andy, if that makes you feel better.
well, I mean, he just said congratulations, Kyle, on the Colorado pick.
No, I'm
I
being
also
nice
picked
today.
Colorado.
Oh,
Yeah, Andy was on Colorado too.
Oh, sorry. Then
Yeah.
All right, it's 11:42, and we got 3 games left, so let's pick up the pace a little bit. Toast?
I'm on Oregon as well. It's a pure fade. It's a pure fade of Utah on the road. It's just why I faded Colorado on the road. That's the one thing with Oregon, like I've said all year. You never know what you're going to get. We got a shit Oregon last game. I'm sure we're going to get good Oregon this game. I have no problem laying the points against Utah on the road.
Yeah, that's the way I'd go. I actually didn't. There's no way I touched this game. I'd go Oregon or pass. Utah on the road, terrible. So our poll, 60%, 21% on the Ducks. So community leaning towards the Ducks with us. Look, it doesn't look like there's anyone really taking Utah on this spot.
And the line's moving like crazy. It was like 2 last night. So
Next up, Yukon at Providence. We got a good one. All right, so let's clear the board. This line is now 10.5. And the question is, did Yukon's win on the road over Marquette, did that put the Yukon is a fade on the road to bed?
what?
me?
No.
So you're still down to fade Yukon on the road,
we
even
can
at,
say Yukon's best away win is Marquette, right? Not Villanova. Or
well,
St.
is
John's.
Marquette with
Marquette
no,
minus.
Tyler Kolek?
No, don't
We
do
can get
that.
up that conversation.
What do you mean? Don't do that.
Though. Don't you do that.
You're the
Their
best
road
team
win is
ever. I'm going to
Marquette.
make sure that there's context in all this. So,
I don't
yes,
want
you beat
context.
Marquette
I
on
don't
the
like
road.
context.
Here's the
Out
question.
13
Here's the
point
question.
guard.
Andy, here's the question.
Congratulations, best team ever.
Here's the question. Right now, Villanova on the road at Xavier. What would the line be?
I'm sorry, Villanova on the road at Xavier?
Would it be more than 2.5? I'm trying to gauge. Is Villanova better?
100%. It would probably be like 3. I would say it'd probably be similar.
So is Villanova better than Marquette without Kolek? That's the question.
No. Marquette's still better than Villanova. Their best road win is Marquette.
Scoop, you're
No
laying
context
10.5 here?
I'm gonna take the points here. It's hard to fade.
Oh, you're going to
UConn
take the
under-
points. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to fade UConn under any circumstances, but all 5 starters averaging double digits. Tristan Newton, Cam Spencer, all of them are great players. UConn does it on both ends of the court. Yeah, I mean, their defense is one of the best in the country as well, but I see Providence holding tight here. Providence still is a great home court. It's hard to play there. As Toast says all the time, UConn isn't a great road team at all. That Marquette game they just covered, I still think they would have lost if Kolek played. UConn doesn't particularly have anything to play for. They're going to be the 1 seed in the tournament. They're going to be 1 seed in the conference tournament. Devin Carter's really stepped up after that injury to Bryce Hopkins. He's been playing great basketball for the Friars. Providence is going to need him and players like Gaines or Pierre to help him with the scoring because they'll need enough on the offensive side to keep it close. Aduro should continue to get his, but with Providence fighting for a bid and playing at home, I'm going to take the points.
I kind of want – I agree, Scoop. That's the side I want to be on also. I kind of think this might be a sneaky spot to take a money line home run swing. I kind of want to hear what Toast and Andy said. Me and Andy didn't do this game last night, so I have no idea where he's leaning here.
He's on the best team in the world.
I am leaning UConn, but I don't love it because I think there is something to be said that this team literally, I mean, you have nothing to play for. They've had nothing to play for a while now, but they have nothing to play for. They're going to be a number 1 seed. They already are the number 1 seed in the Big East tournament. They have injury-prone players, so like they don't want to get those guys hurt, so they might not play a lot in this game because it literally means nothing. And also, like, Providence is really good. I thought once Bryce Hopkins got hurt that they were going to fall off a cliff and be very average at best. They're a really solid team. I mean, they played well the other day against Georgetown. They wound up covering in that game. So, like, I think there's something to be said about that. But I'm still going to lean Yukon because I think on their best day, they're beating Providence by 15. So, yeah.
Today's not their best day.
Not tonight.
Toast. I know Toast is down to take the points with the Friars with us.
Yeah, I would take the points as well. It's really.
I'm betting this.
Honestly,
I'm betting this.
in all seriousness, it's not a fate of Yukon. It's just the fact that what everything Andy said, I think, is true as far as the injury concerns and all that. Not to mention the fact Yukon's one of those teams, one of these good teams that doesn't play at a very high pace at all. 11th in the conference, 306 in the nation. Providence is at 224 in the nation. So I just expect that points to be at a premium. I think this is kind of like a more fought out, like a rock fight type of game. I don't see these teams, neither one of these teams flying up and down the court. So I just think that the points are going to be at a premium. Yukon probably wins, but there's no way I don't take 9.5 here in a spot that really means nothing for Yukon.
Toast, do you remember, I think it was 2 years back when Providence was like, remember when we used to talk about the luck ratings? Do you remember that year?
I do. Absolutely.
Dude, Providence was like the luckiest team in the country, and they were like 22-2 at home or some shit.
Yep.
And we kept
The year that wasn't last year.
I think it was the year. I'm pretty sure it was 2022, right?
It was 2022, and they lost to Creighton in the Big East tournament, and then they won 2 games, and then they lost to Kansas.
I'm pretty sure we faded them in like a big moment on the VIP. I'm pretty sure we faded them in the game they lost, if I remember correctly.
I'm pretty sure it was the last game of the season against Villanova, and
I remember we had a big wing against Providence because we were like, the luck ratings, we're fading them. I remember. Yeah. Wow, dude, that's 2 years ago now. It's crazy.
Luck rating.
Dude, I know.
It's crazy.
I see some memories on things I posted on Facebook, and I'm like, man, dude, we've been doing this a minute.
Yeah.
Look at how bad we were.
So I did it, by the way. I split it. I took the points, and I put a bet down on Providence money line at plus 390. Let's go, Friars. So our poll leaning towards Yukon. Next up, Morehead State. Morehead State at Arkansas Little Rock. It is the conference championship. Then we have Minnesota Northwestern. We got 2 games left. When we're
shout out Morehead State for cashing 2 tickets for me last night.
Shout out for Tennessee for UT Martin for covering.
Thank you, Little Rock.
We're giving shout outs, I guess.
Well, UT Martin got very lucky to cover. Very lucky to cover.
I didn't know this was shout out time. Thank you, Little Rock, for hitting my parlay.
Yeah, shout out. Shout out D'Angelo Russell for hitting. Shout out D'Angelo Russell for hitting 153s on me last night. Scoop. Would you take Little Rock or Morehead State?
Yes, first final of the year. I'm gonna go with the hotter team in Little Rock. They won 10 in a row, 13 of their 14, including a win over Morehead State already. They scored over 86 games in a row. They're clicking everywhere. They're great on the inside, on the perimeter. They're actually the top shooting team in the conference during this stretch, and they've been solid defensively as well. If this defense can stop Khalil Thomas, who won the game for Morehead yesterday with his 7 threes, it should be a win here and the first tournament bid. Little Rock played yesterday, but this is Morehead's 3rd game in 3 days. Little Rock had an extra rest day. So like I said, I'm just going to ride the hotter team. Morehead's a great 3-and-D team, but Little Rock showed they can beat this team, and it's hard to fade the best team in Arkansas.
And by the way, Lakers money line, I said, Kyle, you could say I'm betting this and I'll put it on the screen and we believe you. Yesterday, I did that you said this yesterday in the NBA stream, the next show. I said, I'm going to bet this. And someone commented, he's probably not even betting it. So you can't win. I have no idea, by the way, for this one. If you guys have anything.
Yeah, I'm on the other side personally. I can understand Scoop's angle here. Little Rock has been really good, but I actually disagree. I truly believe that Morehead State's the better team here. They're first on offense and defense and overall efficiency. This team continues to play very good, and yes, they have played. This will be their 3rd game in 3 days, but they've been shooting the ball really well. They've been playing really well, and I understand that Little Rock has a game up on them as far as games played, but I don't think that's really going to matter when you're fighting for a spot in the NCAA tournament with these college kids. I really wouldn't worry about the legs with me personally. So I'll take the better defense, the better shooting team. And I think they're just as hot. I mean, and the game that they played against each other, Little Rock won by 1 point on their home floor on a neutral here. I'll take my chances with Morehead.
This game opened at 4.5 too.
Andy, would you side with Toast or Scoop?
Toast. I am with him 100% on Morehead. I think better team, obviously. I think Arkansas is getting a little bit of love for how hot they are right now, and I don't usually buy into those when it comes to championship. Rarely do you see a team go on the types of runs like this and finish it out. I think the team that comes to mind was Campbell last year. I think they went on like a crazy run in the tournament, and they just faded in their conference championship. You usually see that, so that's where I'm going to bank on. Plus, Morehead's hitting shots like crazy rates, so yeah, I like Morehead here.
Yeah, I'm always down to put Scoop in an island. Let's do it. Morehead State. I'm not betting this though. Looks like the community's pretty split on this one. 39%, 37%. Morehead State slightly wins. So a lot of people click pass actually.
I'm dead serious. That would be a really fun game to watch if anybody's watching it.
Yeah, definitely.
Last game up, Big Ten. We kind of timed this perfectly. We have 8 minutes left. We'll do a quick community parlay right after this and right in time for tip-off. So we got Minnesota on the road at Northwestern. Scoop. I think Northwestern's the move here. I think the magic is gone for Minnesota, but I'm wearing a Minnesota hat.
I think Minnesota's against the spread wins are coming to an end. Doesn't seem like a thing anymore. They're 1-3 against the spread their last 4. Northwestern's a better team. They're coming off 2 straight losses to Iowa and Michigan State. We all know Boo Buie is going to lead this team in points, and the way Northwestern wins this is at the 3-point line. They're 8th in 3-point percentage in the country. Minnesota's letting teams shoot 35% from 3, 283rd in the country. Northwestern's also just really solid at protecting the ball. They're only 7th in turnovers per game. Minnesota struggles on the road. They're 2-7. Northwestern's 14-2 at home. Plus, Northwestern's also lost at Minnesota earlier in the season, so this is a revenge spot for them. Minnesota has a few players on their bench dealing with concussions, so that'll hurt their bench depth a little. I'm not sure if Nicholson's playing for Northwestern, but even without his defensive presence, I see Northwestern covering this game.
While Scoop was talking, someone brought up the UIC Flames. Good. I'm glad someone ridiculed Scoop for that.
Flames.
Look at the half. If you bet them first half, it was a cash.
The Flames. I agree with Scoop on this one. I'd go Northwestern. Toast?
I agree. Just because they're at home. Listen, I think Iowa is actually playing really sneaky good basketball right now. That's one team that Northwestern lost to at home. But going on the road to Michigan State, losing by 4, it's really hard to knock them. The Rutgers game on the road, they lost by 3. So even in the games that they're losing, they're not really getting killed. The one thing that does bother me a little bit with this Northwestern team is some of their wins are coming in overtime, so it can be a little bit lucky, but those have been on the road, so it doesn't really matter to me. I just think that at home with Boo Buie and a Minnesota team keep in mind too, Scoop said they've been 1-3, but they were really lucky. I mean, that Penn State when they were down by like 20, they came back, scored like 40 points to 20 in the second half or whatever it was, in a huge run. So, and then as soon as they played Indiana, they got absolutely shit on. That's probably what's going to happen today.
All right, 3 on Northwestern. Andy?
I'm gonna go on my own little island here. I think Minnesota's offense is good enough to get a lot done in this one. I think the numbers it's climbing, right? I believe it opened.
No, it's lowering. It's 3.5.
Lowering. Now. Oh, it's 3.5. Wow.
So that's good for you. That means it's moving toward the market's moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna side on Minnesota. I had a feeling that a lot of people were gonna like that. The number I got here, Minnesota in the last 10 ranks 89th in offensive EFG. Northwestern's 228th in defensive. So I think they can get a lot on offense and keep it close.
All right, cool. So you're on your own Minnesota island. Let's do a quick community parlay and call this.
Somebody said Love Island in the chat. It spiked my ears up.
Okay, for real. How do I watch Love Island? Because there's like
Peacock.
17 different countries.
No, you got to watch the Love Island USA and start with season 1.
Okay.
Start with season 5, man.
No. He has to build up. He's not ready for that.
That's true. You're not ready for season.
I'm not ready because I'm pretty sure there's only 2 seasons.
No, there's 5.
There's 5.
And I'm embarrassed
They're
to
on
know that.
different-
I'm embarrassed to know that.
Yeah.
I legit tried to look it up.
Guys, who won the poll? FAU or Memphis? Anyone know?
Memphis.
Memphis money line. Then we got.
I'm a Love Is Blind guy. Don't hate me.
I hated that shit.
Yeah,
My girlfriend put that on.
that show sucks. Oklahoma, Texas.
Not gonna allow
Oklahoma.
that.
I think
It's a
Oklahoma won
fantastic
that,
show.
right? No, Texas won that. Texas did win that. And Creighton, Villanova. Creighton won. All right, first leg of the community parlay. Cast your votes. Let's clear the board. I was going to say, hey, does anyone want to give a plug for their stuff? But everyone here is with us.
Yeah, you can find my stuff at KyleKirms.com. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, we're actually going to start on the website right now. We've always, in the past, it's Kyle does the NBA, Scoop does the soccer, Toast does the college basketball. But we're actually going to switch it up where we're just going to post our bets on the site. Sometimes I'll post college basketball. Scoop will post his college basketball. So it's not so uniform as this person handles this sport, this person handles this sport. I think that's the way to go. So yeah. You'll expect to see maybe Andy will grow a backbone and post on the site. With a crooked ass parlay graphic.
Dude, I'm gonna fix it. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it. I showed my dad. I was like, "Does this look right?" He's like, "Yeah." So he's
because your dad's gonna tell you no, Andy.
He's trashed it. Well, I mean that's easy though. Like I should have seen that.
What is your dad gonna say? No, I'm disappointed in you.
Jesus, Andy. You
nah,
go back
wouldn't say that again.
please.
Texas A&M.
As a father, I would do the same thing.
Texas A&M, South Carolina. You guys voted for that.
Somebody said we're clowns for watching Love Island, dude. Put it on, bro. You'll fall in love.
Yeah, seriously. Right. Don't knock it till you've tried it.
I can't really say anything because I watch Survivor every Wednesday.
I was gonna say everybody has, especially if you're doing sports and stuff like we are on a daily basis, you gotta have something to just completely turn your brain off. Like that's why I like it.
Somebody just said try Fuckboy Island. Do not.
We tried it.
We did. We did. And it was Kyle and I's worst day.
Well, what happens is we have a TV here at work, and we put something on while we're all working, just something in the background. We always choose something like stupid as hell. And Love Island was perfect because like every once in a while you look up, laugh. But we tried.
Is Love Island the one where they have to pick a couple in the beginning and the girls out, and then they bring the guys in one by one?
Right, it is.
Yep.
Okay, I got through like
the selection process is heated. It's really tense.
At least Survivor has
no one steps forward. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
The best.
That's the best.
It'll change your life.
Still picking you, bitch.
What's happening?
South Carolina money line is the second. I don't even want to read the comments. We're probably getting trashed right now.
Whatever.
No, cooking shows are fun too. Yeah, you're right.
No, they're not.
Dude, I am obsessed with the Food Network. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Marquette money line.
Baking championship, kids baking championship.
I believe they had
all
Marquette.
over it.
Yeah.
Clemson money line. They definitely had Clemson too. North Carolina Duke. They definitely had Duke. Georgia Auburn. That's too big. Oregon money line. They had too. All right. What's the third leg of community? Damn, we timed this perfectly. We're doing the last poll and it's 11:59.
I've been watching Reacher. That shit was pretty good.
The first few episodes were cool, but then the story started to get hard to follow. It like wasn't interesting, but the first few episodes.
I watched like 3 episodes. So.
Yeah, you're like about to hit the part where it starts getting tough. I thought the first movie with Tom Cruise was all right, and then the second movie I couldn't get into. Duke money line.
Full Swing, Scoop?
Who?
Full Swing, the PGA Tour doc.
Yeah.
Memphis.
The second one just
Texas
came out.
A&M, Marquette.
I know. I watched most of it last night.
Memphis. Good, Marquette. Texas A&M. All right, these are the 3 second place finishers. What is going to be the last leg of this community parlay? Cast your votes. Alternative Lifestyle Sauce Network.
You gonna start the Love Is Blind YouTube show? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna do Love Island reviews next. Launching a new channel.
I think the Office will be the most heated it'll ever be when we're watching them live.
Oh, I know.
Like the day, like that'll be. AJ gets into it and it pisses me off because there's days where like he doesn't go in, he'll work from home, and then we can't watch it.
Someone said Kirms can buy Love Island the way he flexes his bets.
We need Kyle on Love Island actually.
Mark, I applied to get on Naked and Afraid.
Clean up.
Yeah, has he ever showed you that video, Scoop?
Naked You've never seen my application to Naked and Afraid, bro?
I gotta see my Survivor video.
Google
I tried to be on that and Amazing Race. So.
Google Kyle Kirms Naked and Afraid after this. That shit's
no, I did see that one.
Can I get the odds for this, please?
965
plus 965.
No. 990. 990 on FanDuel and yep.
All right, community parlay. Iowa State money line, South Carolina money line, Duke money line, Marquette money line, plus 990. We got a home run swing for community parlay. Everyone, thanks for watching. Was a good show. We had over 15, almost 1,600 people in there. The March Madness special start this week, so we'll be on around this time in the mornings during the week too when the tournaments are going on. So yeah, we'll see you then. I'll be uploading some stuff later. I'll probably do a NASCAR video later. So yeah, let's have a good one. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll be in the Discord. Give me like an hour. I need to eat some lunch. I'll be in the Discord in like an hour if you need me. Later.